basically, I've been sitting in this truck that they've given me from John Mitchell Trucking. Been sitting in this truck waiting to work for about 4 days now with zero communication. I was supposed to start working this morning. They're going to have a trailer for me to pick up, or at least I was going to know all the details as of yesterday and probably get the trailer yesterday. Worst case scenario, get it at the butt crack this morning before starting to work this morning, and that never happened. So John Mitchell, the guy that now I'm hired on with, he had a little barbecue a few days ago, and we discussed what was going to happen and all this, and my wage. I was going to be getting $25 an hour to start, which was real good. And his direct quote was, "If you don't run the truck off the road or kill anybody in 30 days, I'll bump you to $30 an hour." Now, that sounds all great, but I'm not working yet. Yesterday I was supposed to stop over at his house and get my fuel card and at least arrange to get the trailer today, if not pick it up yesterday. And I get there, and his wife, or whoever it was, I thought it was his wife at first, but then going to the barbecue, found out it wasn't his wife. I don't know if it's his daughter or just some girl that works for him. But anyways, her name's Miranda. Miranda told me yesterday, "Oh, well, John, he had to go to Idaho to go pick up a truck, and he won't be back till the end of the week. And the guy who has your trailer, he's supposed to be delivering it soon, and we lost contact with him. So as soon as he shows up, you can go ahead and get the trailer, and we'll get you fueled up." Well, when I picked the truck up, the low fuel light was already on. It was sitting halfway between empty and a quarter tank. And I got to be able to warm the truck up at night. I got to be able to charge my phone so I can stay in contact with everybody. It gets pretty cold out here, so it doesn't really leave me a lot of fuel to do that with. They told me, that should be enough to make a trip or two to Walmart, and I've done that. I've been needing to get some practice time in driving, and having this truck for a few days before working. If there was more fuel in there, or if they gave me a fuel card, I could have easily had plenty of time to get out there and get familiar with the shift pattern. Which is a 10-speed. I'm already familiar with that, but just every truck, some of it, like the gears, they have a little bit of wiggle room in between, and then as you're shifting gears, you can play with it a little bit better without grinding them. Some of them, you can't even move them around. It goes from one slot directly to the next slot, and you got to have your RPMs like dead on and for it to want to go into gear properly. And with some older trucks or trucks that have been broken in better, you just got a little bit more wiggle room. You can play around with the RPMs a little bit more, is all. So I haven't really had a lot of time to familiarize myself with the kinks and quirks of this truck, so I kind of was bummed about that. And I've been sitting on my butt, not making a wage. I'm promised $25 an hour to start, and like I said, that's good money, but I'm not doing any work, so I'm getting real frustrated. Scott, the guy that brought me out here, the one that I graduated school with, trucking school, told me about North Dakota. "Hey, buddy, I'll bring you out. You got a free ride over, room, board, all that." Had it out with him basically as soon as I got this other job. And that was because I was doing a lot of running around for the company he's working for free, just to gain some experience. And for a while there, that was fine with me. And then they were telling me that they brought it up, not me, but they were like, "Yeah, you do some runs and we'll try to get you some money." Well, I'm fucking broke. My mom's been helping me as much as she can, and even with that, I've got almost nothing left. I bought a bunch of groceries at Walmart, detailing my truck this morning just to find out that either last night or night before someone went to my emergency compartment. So I got one on the driver's side, one on the passenger side of the truck, you know. And I put some food in one of the emergency compartments, and someone busted it out with a pry bar and stole some of my shit. I still got some food, but I have like no cash. And anything that is taken from me really fucks up my situation. So, and I'm still sitting here waiting. And at this barbecue that I had at the John Mitchell guy's house, you know, they gave me the truck under the conditions that my background check came through fine, my motor vehicle record came back so they could insure me on this truck fine, the UA came back fine. It's just everything was green lighted, you know. And when I went over to their house yesterday and found out John was gone and talked with Miranda, she said, oh, well, we're still waiting on all this. And I asked her, I was like, well, I thought I wasn't even supposed to get the truck till that happened. And she just flat out told me, oh, I just told John that just to get the fucking truck out of the driveway. I didn't want it in the driveway anymore. Like, John doesn't even own this truck. He's about to buy it, I guess, from this guy named Lyle. And she said that, you know, she just didn't like the fact that this Lyle guy dropped the truck off and expected them to babysit it. And I, in a way, I did. I got lucky, you know, because some dude dropped off a truck and they decided to give it to me, assign that as my personal truck. You got all these other drivers out here getting jobs, and there's no trucks for them. Or they have to be an owner-operator and already have their own truck. So in that aspect, I really did luck out. But no fuel, no money, no work, just waiting. So I'm getting really frustrated. I've been here over 2 weeks and I have not earned a cent. I've done a lot of work for Elite Rig Services, going out and getting some experience, and I definitely need that experience, but I'm not here to work for free. You know what I mean? You gotta do what you gotta do to get a job sometimes, but you know, when they tell you, hey, there's gonna be a job, or we're gonna hook you up with some pay, and then you get kind of dicked on it, doesn't go over very well. You know, everybody's here to support their families and to do something with their life, to make some money. So, that and sitting around this whole time, I got way too much time on my hands, and I'm stressed to the max. I'm worried now that because all of a sudden this shit with my background check, with trying to get insured on this truck, it has not come through yet. I'm wondering that if any part of my past is going to come back and bite me in the ass. You know, I'm in North Dakota. My buddy Scott has bailed on me. I got nobody, no money, and something could possibly happen, and then I could get reneged on this job. You know, they could easily, just as quick as they gave me this truck, say, oh, well, sorry, something kind of got red flagged, you know, on one of your background checks or your motor vehicle record. We need the truck back, you know. And if that happens, I got nowhere to go, no place to take all my stuff, no money. You know, I'm basically stuck and screwed. And I was basically promised by Scott that, hey, you know, that things will work out, I got you covered, and he straight up lied. So we had it out the other night, basically because he was jealous about how much they were going to start me making on this trucking job, you know. And I took him to the company barbecue, and when his eyes about bugged out of his head when he mentioned to John, oh, well, what do you start your new drivers at typically? When John straight up said $25 an hour, 30 after 30 days, you know. And he was like, well, he's like, how? Wow, why? It's like, well, we expect more from our drivers, so we pay them more, you know. And so he was all upset about that, you know, jealous pretty much. And then we were cooking dinner. His check hasn't cleared from Elite yet. It's been like 3 or 4 days since his supposed payday, and it still hasn't cleared because they pay their mechanics first, or they threaten to walk. You know, each mechanic makes about $3,500 a week, and so everybody else comes in second, and sometimes they don't have enough funds to pay everybody on the same date, keep everybody's promised their paycheck on the same date. It's just, I don't know, the way it works out here, I guess. You know, the less important people kind of get shoved aside, and you just gotta wait. So he's all mad about that, and he's kind of pissed that I got lucky, you know. And so far, not working. I mean, I don't really know if you want to consider that lucky. I mean, if they start calling me soon and say that, hey, your trailer's in and we can get you fuel, let's go get you set up and you can start your runs, then yeah, things are good. You know, that's providing everything gets cleared and I'm green lighted to go with the insurance and all that crap. But if we were cooking dinner, because he's broke, you know, I'd pretty much moved into the truck already. The day I got the truck, I moved all my stuff in. I don't have a refrigerator in here, so all my food I had at the trailer, you know, that had to be refrigerated was still there, which wasn't very much. I had maybe some sandwich meat and one of those frozen bags of the chicken fried rice, cook it up meals in 10 minutes. So I was like, well, you know, I'll come by the trailer and get a shower, and we will cook my little skillet meal, you know. I'll make dinner, you can eat my food with me, you know. I'll share. I get there, I'm gonna go shower, and he's like, oh, how about I cook it? And I would have preferred to cook it, but I was just like, okay, fine, go ahead and cook it. And I hop out of the shower, and he's just like doctoring it up with all this weird shit. There was some bacon in the fridge that was bad when we got here over 2 weeks ago, and it was even worse by this point, you know. So I come out and he'd already sliced and diced a bunch of shitty old nasty rotten bacon, threw it in there with a bunch of sour cream and a bunch of other shit, you know, half the stuff I didn't even like, and I wasn't comfortable with eating all that bacon. You know, I was like, what the hell are you doing, Scott? I mean, I would have cooked it if I was going to know you're going to just play Betty Crocker and fucking throw a bunch of shit in there. And, you know, he's all getting huffy and puffy and, oh, what the... hard to really go into detail as to what he said, but it was just immature arguing about why I didn't want to let him do that. I was just busting his balls pretty much at first. I was upset, but I'm not going to sit there and try, in my position that I'm in here, you know, having nobody and nothing, you know, try to make a huge deal out about something that's really not that big a deal. But I was pretty much letting him know that, dude, that's pretty much ruined my dinner. So he was a douche and just decided to take the pan of shit and dump it on the floor, and I fucking lost it. So I grabbed my shit, I left, and now all of a sudden he doesn't want anything to do with me. You can just sit there and let Mr. Lucky Man with your new job fucking live in that truck. I don't give a shit. You know, if it flip-flops, you're just stuck in North Dakota. You're fucked. So that's what I'm dealing with. And I've been sitting here for 4 fucking days thinking everything's green lighted and I'm just going to be starting work any day, to find out yesterday that this stuff is still being hung over my head and it's not all go quite yet. And that I might have till the end of the week when John gets back from Idaho from grabbing this truck. I might be stuck here waiting until then. Still not earning anything. $30 in my pocket. Excuse me, less than $30. I believe I have now 20 because I had to go across a gas station tonight and get something to eat, you know. So I'm running out of money and running out of time and have nobody to help me if I need it. If this truck gets taken, if something happens and the insurance doesn't go through, if something comes back on my motor vehicle record or my background check or anything, Randy is shit out of luck. And Steve, my stepdad, you know, he has his cousin Ronnie that is down in South Hart, North Dakota. That's about 5 hours from here. The soonest he could be up here to get me is Monday. That's 6 days from now. And there's a lot that can happen in 6 days in North Dakota. I could be screwed and on the street by tomorrow. So that's my update. I'm hoping that everything pans out and that I'm just stressing and, that it'll work out for me. But all this time alone in this truck, you're alone with your thoughts. And a lot of time, in situations like that, that's a bad place to be. A lot of positive thoughts don't, I don't know, don't just come up in your head, while you're sitting here waiting. You're here to make money, you're here to get a chance, and when everything that's going on is not positive, it's just hanging you up, all you're going to be doing with that time is stressing your ass off. So I have been doing exactly that, stressing my ass off. I've been trying not to. Everyone's telling me, think on the bright side, I'm trying. But I'm trying to be realistic too, because my past, all the shit that I've done and screwed up, I've made mistakes, but I've been trying for a very long time to move past all that. It would just be my luck to be putting all of this effort, money, sacrifice, being away from my kids. I transitioned everything with my life, to come over here to North Dakota and try to make this happen. And to have it blow up in my face, which hopefully it won't, but I'm very, very worried right now that it's going to. I don't see how I could not be stressing on it. I'm trying to be positive, but it's really hard, Anyways, this is getting long and drawn out. I think everybody gets the point as to where I'm at over here. I'm gonna just try to get some sleep tonight. I'm gonna hope for the best. I should have gotten a phone call from Miranda today telling me whether or not everything went through, because it's Tuesday now. Yesterday was Memorial Day, so sometimes the holiday, the weekend plus a holiday, it just takes a little bit extra time for certain things to go through. But I kind of expected to know by today. I haven't heard a word. I don't want to bug her too much, but if I don't hear anything by the end of the night or first thing in the morning, I'm going to call her. And now I'm kind of worried to call her in case something did come up. The longer I draw this out, maybe the longer I have a truck to sleep in and can wait until Ronnie can come get me. That's worst case scenario, but if I call and they're like, oh, yeah, you got green lighted, but we're still waiting on the trailer, then okay, that's good. But, she did tell me that until we get the trailer, I can't get any fuel for the truck. So I'm still running on fumes right now. I don't want to run this thing out of fuel, so I can't drive it to the gas station or to their shop to pick up my trailer. How good would that look? Oh, yeah, okay, well, great. By the way, the truck you gave me, I ran it out of gas. Fuel, because it's diesel. But how good would that look on my part? They gave it to me already on fumes, but apparently they're not aware of what was in the tank at all when they gave it to me. So they're just going on what I'm telling them. A lot of people out here do people dirty, so whether they believe that or not, it is the truth. So hopefully everything works out, but if not, I got 6 more days to wait until Ronnie can come get me. But I got nobody until then. I'm all alone in this truck with my thoughts and almost no money. And I'm dealing with people breaking into the truck at night, stealing my food. Well, at least to the emergency compartments, The truck makes a lot of noise and stuff just on its own at night, so I don't see how I could have not heard somebody do that. It would have had to have been when I went to the gas station or something like that. I had to have been out of the truck when it happened. I can't see how someone could have stole shit while I was in the truck. I haven't been able to sleep very well, so I do have a ball of NyQuil. I've been taking a little bit of NyQuil the last couple of nights, and that shit knocks me out. So, I suppose that's possible, but I don't know. I still kind of find that it's a little bit unlikely. So I'm thinking that it's somebody from the shop here or some people from across the way that have a view of this lot and all the trucks in it, see some guy getting out of his truck and leaving, and then maybe they come and ransack it. I don't know. But not a lot of good happening right now. I mean, a lot of hopes, and a lot of things that I'm being promised, but I've been being promised shit since I got here, and I haven't earned a penny. So that's where I'm at. Alright, but I'm going to end this right now and try to update you, hopefully with some better news soon. Alright.